Okay, you're welcome to another beautiful Thursday. It's a Thursday, and trending Thursday is what I call this, the nighttime show Thursdays edition. Quite interesting. That a lot of things are going on in the world. Most especially, we will be actually looking at what is up here in the nation, the situation, and all of that. I will be throwing all of that to you so you can actually see how things are going. As a matter of fact, so welcome once again. Officially, I'm saying welcome to the nighttime show, the Thursdays edition. Okay, pattern the voice, and I don't know. I try as much as possible to make sure that you will be having all the updates and exactly what is happening in the world. We're gonna take it bit by bit, and after which we will be like I'm going to be looking at for anybody who will be interested to be able to put their mouths in any of the updates that I'll be throwing out tonight. It's just for me to keep you updated. I want to keep you blessed with a lot of information, and of course at this hour is the time we have most of the breaking and exclusive update will be coming at this hour before the morning. You will be able to get all of that. And right here on the Trending Thursday. My name is Rahim. You can call me Ryan. However, I love to be controversial. However, that doesn't court anything out from you trying your best to be able to do what is right. And so I'm giving you the opportunity to be part of the show. And first, you need to give me your ears, and then which we will, go to the next level and do something else if need be. But I got just 1 hour, so I'm going to start right away. Okay, let's go. All right, so today's the last day of the month of October. We're moving into the November, and it's just as close as what they call it. This is the Amber month already. Yeah, we call it the Amber month. Yeah, let me talk like Trump. Donald Trump. Oh, this is the Amber month. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to give you any light meal tonight. It will be bomber to bomber. There's been too many things going on, ranging from the biggest news and updates happening in Rivers State. The court declaration for the allocation that is meant to be for rivers to be withheld. That has been a news everywhere, and of course is one of the biggest news ever. And then follows by so many other that which I'll be bringing to your table. So stay close to your radio as we start the show. And first, how we do. I'm gonna be letting you know what holidays that we have real quick. It's 14 minutes gone past the top of the hour, 10 o'clock, and today happens to be your National Caramel Apple Day. And those of you who love caramel apples and Halloween go together like ghosts, goblins, tricks, and treats. All that. Those who understand. And then, of course, for some people, this is rather for a particular nation. A National Unity Day for Rashtriya Ekta Divas. National Unity Day of Rashtriya Ekta Divas. This is a nation, right? And on this day, the locals are actually encouraged to remember the inherent strength and resilience of the nation. Now, what nation are we talking about here? You want to know? You want to know? Okay. So this day is actually celebrated every 31st. And is the tribute is actually made to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, talking about an Indian freedom fighter and independent Indian's first deputy prime minister and home minister. He was actually instrumental in making the united India from the 565 semi-autonomous princely states, and of course the British agricultural provinces for its effort towards the United India. Sardar Patel's his birth anniversary is now celebrated as a National Unity Day in the countries. Of course, people mark the day with activities such as runs for unity. And this day, actually, the locals are encouraged to remember the inherent strength and the resilience of the nation. That's that. Okay, so today we also have Books for Treats Day. Is also connected to the Halloween, and there's a lot of candy for them. Actually, read a lot of books too. So it gets together with that. All right, I need to relax a little bit. Look at that. All right. Okay, today happens to be the Girl Scout Founders Day. This day commemorates the heroic of the Juliette Godon Low, who actually founded the Girl Scouts. The person who founded the Girl Scout is the person they are, commemorating and giving a shout to. Her name is Juliette Godon Low. Okay, all right. And then again, what do we have here? So literally, this is also National Magic Day for those who love magic. In the developed countries, magic is one of the things that they love to put in there for some, stunts, play, and stuff like that. So move over Halloween also. National Magic Day takes the spotlight this October 31st. All right. Reformation Day is today also, 31st of October. And of course, the Reformation provided by Martin Luther King has an immense and lasting influence worth celebrating. So this is about Martin Luther King. Reformation. We got to do the Reformation thing. Okay. All right. Let's go on. And then again, we have the World Cities Day, which I'm going to take my time to let you. Let's move on to this one. So the World City Day is observed today. It is observed annually, October 31st. And World Cities Day is a United Nations observance that is actually organized by the United Nations Human Settlement Program in coordination with the selected host city. And this day is presumably when the private sector development partners and academic institutions exchange new ideas and, of course, best practices to build urban limited resilience. Okay, so each observance of this holiday, which is today, World Cities Day, will have a central theme that focuses everyone's effort on the holiday. So, for example, the theme in the 2014 World Cities Day was leading urban transformations. And in 2021, the theme was adapting cities for climate resilience. All right, so on December 27, 2013, the United Nations General Assembly passed a resolution which established World Cities Day, and this holiday designated October 31st as a day to promote the international community's interest in global urbanization. It is awesome to see that the global urbanization and to address the challenges caused by urbanization. The urbanization. Yes. So the holiday aims to bring together communities, experts, government to establish sustainable urban development throughout the world. So we're observing the World Cities Day, and we're giving it a good one. On this day, United Nations works with a partner city to raise awareness about the need to create not only more sustainable cities, but also to ensure that those cities are fortified against climate change. Anybody out there, please? Do you understand? Okay, so every year, climate change causes a variety of disasters, okay, apart from wars. And that directly affects cities, you know that. And this include, but are not limited to, national disasters, hurricanes, floods, like the one that is happening somewhere in Spain, a lot of death rising, and of course, rising sea levels, heat waves, which happens just not too long ago, even within Africa and even Nigeria. Heat waves, mudslides is another one, and of course, forest fires and storms. Approximately 1 billion people in urban informal settlement are actually at risk. And I'm talking about 130 port cities are actually expected to be affected by coastal flooding. And you see that happens because Lagos City is one of that. Okay, so it is a day when people actually come together to find solutions to these problems, create more sustainable urban environment for everyone. Okay, and then of course people can actually spread the word about this holiday around the world using. You can actually do it. You use hashtag World Cities Day on their social media account. You can do it. Hashtag World Cities Day. Whatever happened in one city is also affecting the other cities. This is a strong. This is a strong thing that we need to look into, and look how we can all urbanize with it. Okay, all right. So that's that. So we're gonna get into the proper thing we needed to do today. Don't forget, is Trending Thursday. So get ready. I'm about to start dishing out all of the updates and what's going on in the world, most especially here in Nigeria. All right, so back up in here. Let's start with the tax. Let's start with the tax stuff, and which is the presidency response to the northern governors that rejected the proposed derivation model for VAT distribution. Okay, that's where I'm going to start. All right, so let's go. Training Thursday. Raheem is here. I'm going to be the one to keep you updated. And it's 23 minutes gone past the hour, 10 o'clock, top of the hour. Let's do it. Let's go. This one here says presidency. It's about tax, yeah. Presidency responds to Northern Governor's rejection of proposed derivation model for VAT distribution. And let me put you up to speed on this one. Let's do it like the way we used to. Okay, all right. So the Nigerian presidency has responded to the Northern Governors Forum's rejection of the new derivation-based model for value-added tax, VAT. Talking about that, and then the distribution and the tax reform bills currently before the National Assembly. The response is contained in a statement by Bayo Ananoga, the controversial special advisor to the president for information and strategy. Okay. On this day, October 31st, 2024. So Bayo Ananoga stated that while the presidency commends the governors and the traditional rulers for supporting President Bola Tinubu over the successes recorded in addressing the country's security challenges, it is actually necessary to clarify the misunderstandings and the concerns surrounding the tax reform already initiated by the current administration. So this is it. And so presidency explanation is about, they stated that President Tinubu and the Federal Executive Council endorsed new policies and initiatives aimed at streamlining the Nigeria's tax administration processes, enhancing efficiency and eliminating redundancies across the nation's tax operation. I'll stop there. What do you think about this situation here? This is it. All right, this one here talks about what is going on with a particular lady who went for a. Her name is Chidimma Adetshina's South African citizenship was actually revoked recently amid the nationality scandal. Some of you actually remember what happened when she was a South African contest, the Miss South Africa. That they say she's not a full-blooded South African, maybe because she's got some Nigerian blood, so she was disqualified. And then she came over to Nigeria to become, Miss World, I believe, which has been on in the stories on online, and a lot of people are talking about it. But then now it's still more further problems. We're hearing that the fallout continues. Miss Universe contestant Chidimma Adetshina's South African citizenship revoked amid nationality scandal. So, okay, it was Miss Universe that she won. All right. So I'll put you up to speed on this one. South Africa's government to revoke citizenship and ID document of Miss Universe contestant and her mother after withdrawal from pageant amid xenophobic backlash. I don't know why this keep happening in South Africa, but then of course, move along. South Africa is set to revoke their citizenship and a national ID document of Chidimma Adetshina, a former Miss South Africa contestant, and her mother, according to the government announcement on Tuesday. The 23-year-old born in South Africa is a Nigerian father withdrew from the Miss South Africa pageant in August amid intense public scrutiny and, of course, accusations that she was not a legitimate citizen. Following her exit, the South African government launched an investigation into her citizenship status, sparking controversy and exposing underlining anti-foreigner sentiment in the country. So now we're hearing that the Department of Home Affairs issued a deadline which passed Monday requiring Adetshina and her mother to justify their right to hold South African identification document, with no response received. And of course, the department will now cancel their IDs in line with the Identification Act, said Home Affairs Director General Tommy Makode in the parliamentary briefing. This is so bad. For me, I think this is Africans doing themselves. When you talk about, personally, I just want to, choke my mouth a little bit. Just one word. When you talk about xenophobia, it makes me to think that if we're actually one doing this to ourselves, as we black people, Africans, then what do you call racism? What do you call some crazy white supremacists who actually go there, kill black people, and do all those things in America and other developed countries? I mean, let's use the word racism. What is that? I mean, is this not racism? Don't call it names. Don't call it names like xenophobia. It's still the same thing. It's racism. One time I was in South Africa, moving from France to South Africa, from South Africa to France. No, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast to France, France to Ivory Coast and some other nearby, South African, because South Africa is not the only country in the South. We have another country in the South, which is so beautiful also, and they speak English there. And I figure out that at the time this thing also happened. I mean, I thought it actually started in South Africa. That was in 1999. 1999, should be 1999, 2000. Yeah. 1999, 2000. Yeah. They were xenophobic when before Laurent Gbagbo, was it Laurent Gbagbo? Yeah. Before Laurent Gbagbo came in to be the president, there was a man that was there already. And it's back some what's it called? Shall I say a civil war? At the time. But it was cultivated. The war was cultivated at that time. The war was cultivated because one thing about them is that when they want to start doing what they're doing, they're going to have an announcement on radio, on TV. And if you cannot bear it, please move away from the main town. Go to your villages, go stay. And when we are done, you come back. rebels were fighting the government at the time. The man who actually has been here for over 15 years. What's his name again? I can't remember. Was it? Yeah, I can't remember his name. No, it's flashing. Yeah, so that was xenophobic. Killing your own brother is racism. Whatever you call it, it's racism. It's racism. And we're actually thought that, black people to black people definitely not going to work, but it's happening now. They call it names because they can't call it racism because, racism is literally when a white is actually feeling that they are supreme more than the other colored people and they do all the nasty things and the heinous crime against black people. It's just crazy. What do we call this one now? Even if, let's say, ethnic clashes, or talk about what is going on, ethnicity, problems and wars, and all of that is still racism for me. Don't give it names. It's still the same thing. It's racism. Okay? It's still the same thing. I want somebody to get that. I don't want to talk more about that. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. It's so bad that the black people are the one doing it to another black. It's crazy. But as well. So let's move on to talking about PMS, Premium Spirit. The Premium Motor Spirit is what we're going to talk about. I think this actually had to do with Dangote refineries and all of that. But listen, this one here says, no difficulty lifting petrol from us. No difficulty lifting petrol from us. Dangote refinery replies, IP man. All right. So I'll put you up to speed. While emphasizing that it can meet Nigeria's demand for all petroleum products, Dangote refinery advised the P-man, or the IP man, that's the IP man, to register directly with the company and make payment for petroleum products. So now we're hearing that the Dangote Petroleum Refinery has said that it is actually misleading to suggest that the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, that's the IPMAN, are experiencing difficulties loading refined products from its own refinery. And I don't know why that is happening. So the company's statement has been signed by the group chief branding and the communication officer, Anthony Chidimma. This actually happened today, and in response to claim by the IPMAN on Wednesday that its members can't load petrol from Dangote refinery in Lagos despite having paid 40 billion naira. I need to call that again. 40 billion naira to the Nigerian National Petroleum. Okay, so despite having paid 40 billion to the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, talking about the NNPCL, the IPMAN president Abubakar Garima, who stated these on a channel's television on a particular program, expressed surprise that Aliko Dangote honored a 20 billionaire or $20 billion, I beg your pardon, refinery. He said the marketers were boycotting his refinery to buy imported petrol. They are boycotting it. However, the Dangote refinery is in statement clarified that it has not received any payment from the IPMAN to purchase refined petroleum products. The battle continues. All right, real quick. This one here says Nigerians in Canada, UK, USA, others to enjoy digital passport renewal from November 1st. I think I needed to say this again. Who's doing well? Whose minister is doing well? I don't know. Is it a welcome development? Is this good? Is it a good looking thing? I don't know. But then I'm going to say it again. Nigerians in Canada, UK, USA, others to enjoy digital passport renewal from November 1st. So I put you up to speed on this one. The Nigerian Immigration Service, the NIS, has announced the launch of a digital passport that will enable Nigerians in Canada, United Kingdom, the United States of America, and other countries to enjoy a renewal system that will begin on November 1st, 2024. So the new contactless system allows Nigerians to renew their passport online, significantly reducing the need for in-person visit to the NIS office. Now, in the video shared on their official X account, formerly Twitter, on the Wednesday, the NIS detailed rollout plans after Canada. The service will expand to the United Kingdom and, of course, the United States and Italy, November 15, with availability in Nigeria and other global locations starting from December 1st. All right. It's a welcome development. And so now you don't have to, be either in person. You have to just go online and get it done. Well, please let it not be bubble juice. Let it not be that we just say these things, and then when we finally get there, when the time comes, when people want to, apply and apply and get things done and get this done from online as they state. And then we start hearing different stories, because this is exactly what we hear. What you hear and what we read from the social media and from online is different when you actually get there to do it one-on-one. It's a different thing. VDM said it too. I mean, come on. The dude, VDM, very dark black man, always say things that I always say. It's like he's copying all the things I say. But it's not that he's copying. It's just that he understands exactly what's going on. And only people who understand, who observe, and specifically spill things out, knows what I'm talking about. And VDM is that kind of person, because he always talk about what I talk about here all the time. So please, look at what happened. You guys remember the Abia representative, legislator, okay, who slapped an Uber driver, and and teach him small lesson. And all the thing, I watched the video and I saw all that crazy stuff he said. But then this is a normal thing. It's just that VDM actually did a great job to call him out and follow it. But this wouldn't happen if someone like VDM didn't do that kind of stuff. So after all we heard, after all the brouhaha, and then again we heard from online, it was the print that said, yes, this man has been arrested. But in real life, the man was not arrested yet. So that's what I'm saying is some things we read on the print, it's not what's going on there. Nigerians, you should know that. So whatever you hear here, please go confirm it if it's exactly what is happening, for real, not just what we hear online. All right? Okay. All right, so let's get into more coming. Tinubu addressed power outages in the northern Nigeria. It says no regional bias. Adelebu is the one talking. And then, of course, now, you guys remember the former Senate president who died in 2021 to be buried after 3 years, and the reason is now out. I'm going to tell you exactly what that is. So the former Senate president who died in 2021 to be buried after 3 years, and the reason emerges. So the body of Dr. Joseph Wires, former president of the Nigerian Senate. So the body of Dr. Joseph Wires, from former president of the Nigerian Senate, we were buried on November. That's yesterday. Was it yesterday? Okay, yeah. And 2024, 3 years after his death. Now, this is the reason why it took 3 years. I don't know. Wires, who passed away in London in 2021, was repatriated to Nigeria in July 2024 after 3 solid years. Now, what happened? The funeral will take place, of course, in Calabar, in his hometown, with dignitaries including Senate President Gospel Ukpai be expected to attend. The announcement was made by, someone, Secretary of the Central Planning Committee for Wires burial. But I want to know exactly the reason why they had to take 3 years. 3 years. And this man actually died at the age of 80 in London. Why 3 years? Okay. Well, obviously, there's some kind of secret somewhere why it's not been launched out. The reason why his body was actually kept. Well, maybe because there's some laws. Who knows? But I got some more stuff here for you, and it's fresh and, of course, exclusive. Okay. Let's talk about the Lagos Calabar Road construction of Ondo portion to begin November. Let's talk about Omai is in the news. Lagos Calabar Road construction of Ondo portion to begin November. Omai is the one talking here. So the Minister of Works, Dave Omai, has assured the people of Ondo State that the construction of the 63-kilometer portion of the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway in the state will commence in November. The outgoing designing of the road said commence in November, and it's already started. If not, we shouldn't be hearing things like this when they have not really started. Please say these things, don't deceive us, and start it. Omai dropped the hint during the town hall meeting and stakeholder engagement organized by the Federal Ministry of Works. And you know that he has been a loggerhead with some persons, and they've been exchanging words. Let them continue. Because I'm not the one eating the money that they are talking about. So money is big, so whatever it is. Let's go to Rivers. So, Rivers leaving on board time over allocations before ruling. Rivers leaving on board time. Rivers State leaving on board time over allocations before ruling. SAN. Who is talking? Let me see. So, the senior advocate of Nigeria, Mohammed Ndarani, he said that the recent judgment for the Federal High Court in Abuja halting further allocation releases to River State highlights that the state has been living on borrowed time financially. Okay. Indarani made this statement on Thursday today in Abuja following the judgment delivered by Justice Joyce Abdul Malik in response to the suit filed by the Rivers House of Assembly and Martin Samehule. So the suit has marked sought to restrain the Central Bank of Nigeria from disbursing funds to the state, and a request granted by court. So the SAN noted that a judgment affirming that state cannot function, affirming that a state cannot function without properly constituted House of Assembly, aligns with the Constitution provisions and reinforces the rule of law. It's too many things. You've heard so many analysis based on this, too many things. So I will let this slide. But I'm going to say one thing. Those who are saying that they don't, trying to withhold the allocations for River State, they are the real true enemies of River State. And that will not be good. I see a lot of fire coming out of it. That's been threatened by the boys in the creek. And this would definitely mean so many things. We pray that nothing bad happens. And we pray that they will not start doing what they used to do, shut down the flow, and let Nigeria suffer, because you know how important our oil is. So whoever that is making all of this to make sure that the allocation has been halted is, for me, I think, is an enemy of River State. People will not people definitely not going to get paid. The women in the rural areas will definitely have problems in even going for antenatal. Pregnant women will have difficulty in access to health center. In the rural area, it will actually get too bad. And even look at what is going on in Bayelsa State as I'm talking to you right now. There's been, oil fields everywhere, and people are dying. Who is actually getting consent in that? I don't know. But whatever happens at the end of the day, we're looking at it to see what happened at the end of the day. Whatever that comes to play, we will watch, and we will be here to give you all the details, updates. More news coming. I'm trying to take it as simple. There's some thought-provoking updates that I don't even want to get into right now. I'm looking forward to be able to, get something that will not be able to provoke anyone, but you okay, all right, so let's get into politics real proper. We can distribute new vehicles to Abuja youths. Distribution of new vehicles, and that area has been seen as a troubleshoot for some people. This is work doing. So the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, talking about Wike today, distributed 80 vehicles to youths in the nation's capital, speaking during the flag off exercise, which runs up the minister's 9 days of Project Flag Off. So, Wike stressed the federal government commitment to improving lives. To improving lives of MCT youth through the Renewed Hope Youth Empowerment Initiative. It said the vehicles, 30 sports utility vehicles, SUVs, 37-seater Suzuki minibuses, and 20 14-seater Hiace buses will provide employment opportunities for the youth and also reduce the cost of transportation. Well, how do you see this news, please? I don't know. Is this a welcome development? Is this a ploy to shall I say, apply the car to be able to be preparing for 2027 election. What's up? What's up? I like that. I like that. It's nice. All right. Let's get with it. Let's get with it. Yeah. And of course, I also heard that President Tinubu meets PDP senators in Abuja. I don't know what they're talking about, but let's see. Okay. All right. Talking about floods, Lagos government is about to reconstruct 13 drains, raise roads to curb flooding in the Lagos Island. That's what I heard. Lagos government to reconstruct 13 drains, raise roads to curb flooding on Lagos Island. And then, of course, talking about the climate change. Climate change wasn't rain in flood-hit African regions. Scientists are saying things, and we need to hearken to what the scientists are saying, and based on the climate change. Now I'm going to put you up to speed on this one. So, devastating rain that triggered deadly floods in Cameroon, Chad, Niger, Nigeria, and Sudan in recent months was, kind of like a worsened by human-caused climate change. A team of international scientists said on Wednesday that this is madness. This is another level, and has given warning to the African, continent. So global warming made these seasonal downpours this year, and at about 5% to 20% more intense across the Niger and Lake Chad basins, the Niger and Lake Chad basins, and said World Weather Attributions, a group of scientists studying the link between climate change and extreme weather. So they say such intense rainfall that happened and caused a lot of flood could occur annually, and if its warning continues, the spell of heavy summer rainfall have become the new normal in Sudan, in Nigeria, in Niger, Cameroon, and Chad also. So this is what they say. So researchers are actually looking into it, and the Meteorological Institute, Royal Netherlands, have also weighed into it, and they've given their statement that something is wrong somewhere, and it is the climate change, and so we need to look into it. But do the African leaders care about it? Mostly Nigerians, would they care about it? So if global warming reaches 2 centigrade, which could happen by the 2050s. Searchers downpours are expected to occur nearly every year in the affected regions. So they're calling more for an investment in early warning system to the dams, to upgrade the dams. Africa has contributed a tiny amount of carbon emissions globally, but it's been hit the hardest by extreme weather, said one of them, who happens to be a researcher. Her name is Joyce Kimutai. Okay, and she is actually the head of the Center of the Environmental Policy at Imperial College in London. So it is a warning where Africans, where leaders will need to look into it. We're not just talking about Nigeria here. We're talking about Niger, Chad, Cameroon, Sudan, and the nearby coasts had that issues. Okay. All right. More coming your way. Don't go away. It's getting close to 11 o'clock, and I have just lean time to be here to give you all this information, so stay close to your radio. All right, now we're just getting. I talked about VeryDarkMan. I just tip about what he said, but now we're getting information from our news desk that VeryDarkMan has been detained. We don't know exactly why, but I think I'm getting some tips here. We are breaking police detained VeryDarkMan, raising the mergers. Nobody should touch this guy because it's one of the, as a matter of fact, it's the real president we have. Is the sure president. Now, Nigerian police force has reportedly detained the social media influencer, VeryDarkMan, probably known, the Matthew Osei, which is popularly known as VeryDarkMan. And we are hearing that VeryDarkMan's lawyer, Comrade Deji Adetshina, has announced the development in a tweet on Wednesday. He announced it on Wednesday, yeah? And so today, what happens to be October 31st, adding that he was actually detained after honoring the police invitation on Tuesday. But are we sure that he's detained? Because we have been getting a lot of pop-up videos from him. Where exactly is he that he's giving us all this information? Is it an old stuff that someone is posting or something? We don't understand. I don't know. But whatever, please, you guys should let this guy go. This guy's doing a great job no matter what. And forget that he put on a uniform. He said he didn't know that you must, even if you're actually putting on a fake uniform of a police uniform, you need to take admission. You need to take permission from the police before you can do any of these things. So people doing it, and I'm very sure VeryDarkMan is actually been targeted by a lot of people. They want to see that guy out of the way because he's doing a great job, and they don't want to see anything change and anything better in the country. So that's why they are looking forward to be able to, put him down. Last time I talked about him, it was based on the way the things he said about the senior advocate, talking about Femi Fallon there, which happened to be one of my role models. But then apart from that, the young man is doing really great. Things that other people can do it, people that answer the affairs, people under 30, they can't do those things, but he's doing it. And we have a lot of people like him right now. And whatever is backing him up, please keep backing him up, and then let him keep doing what he's doing. So you guys should just let him be, please. People who are in charge, police officers, IG, please let him be. Whether he made a mistake is about the uniform he wore. He has gotten the information. He said he didn't know about it. If there's something else that we don't know, definitely we're going to know about it. So it's just crazy. If it's about the abuse of uniform, that doesn't make any sense. No, come on. It can be. All right? It can be. All right. More to come. More to come. Stay tuned. For those of you that are living in the north, okay, President Tinubu's government discloses when power will be restored to Kano, other northern states. Tinubu's government discloses when power will be restored to Kano and other northern states. So, Adebayo Adelebu, who happens to be the Minister of Power in Nigeria, has explained that the engineering works on the vandalized facilities in the north are ongoing. Adelebu assured full restoration of power supply to Kano and other northern states by Sunday, November 3rd. So let's look forward to that. In Kano, the minister visited the managing director, MD of the Kano Electricity Distribution Company, the KEDCO, Abubakar Yusuf, at the company's headquarters before spending time at the Kano's government house. So, as the science patient, as they have said, November 3rd, it can be November 3rd. Anyway, let's say November 3rd. So, if it is November 3rd that they say they're going to get back everything, the light, electricity, power will be restored, then you guys get ready, but don't put too much of your hopes in it, because sometimes is blah blah blue that we hear, and at the end of the day, it doesn't happen. Look at what's going on in 3 times in 1 week. We keep having collapse. You know, we keep having a collapse. The national grid keep collapsing as well. For those who are actually building houses with unsubstantial equipment and materials, please be very careful. Care about your own self. When you do that, it will come back to you. Look at what's going on. I got a story here that says landlord loses 5 children in Ibadan. Building collapse. Landlord loses 5 children in Ibadan. Building collapse. So the owner of the building, the owner of the collapsed building in Ibadan or your state, his name is Bibire Lamidi, lost 5 of his children and of course grandchildren in the incident. So some of the patients are actually octogenarian, has also died when the building collapsed. And one-story building located at Jegede Oluloyo Ona Ara local government area collapsed around 2 a.m. On Thursday, today, 2 a.m. And the incident also left many occupants struggling for survival in the hospital bed. The Oyo Police Command said those rescued suffered varying degrees of life-threatening injuries and received medical attention. So this is a warning to those who actually use, building materials that are, fake building materials to build. When you do that, it comes back to you. I don't know why we can't, be able to put our mind down and say, look, this things is not good, and eradicate things that doesn't make any sense to us. What is not good is not good. If you see something that is not good, you speak. Do not allow, people to do things because they want to gain. I know about a house somewhere in Lagos. I know the landlady, the husband is late. She was the one taking care, and she was renovating a new house, a very big house with a lot of flats in it, and gave the house to an architect who had to, construct the house and recreate part of the house and make it new again. Give him money, but all they bought was just, and the house is already collapsing. And they're calling the guy who actually fixed the whole thing. He's not even picking a call anymore. So we should be very careful who we're actually giving our house. Setting people, we give the opportunity for them to build our houses or to reconstruct our houses. Because we definitely will get, they buy... Mercy, Lord. Well, loses 5 children is really, really bad. And this is a cause of, unsubstantial materials that are, I don't know which word to use right now. I'm just lost the words. But it's okay. We should be careful. We should use materials that are meant to be authentic materials to build our houses, and no fake people around you. Don't give people some architect who just go and buy some fake because they want to make a lot of money and then and build a house, and then at the end of the day, you're going to be the one to suffer at the end of the day. Look at this one now that happened. 5 kids gone, plus others. Now, meanwhile, or shall I say, similarly, the 16-year-old girl who killed his ex-boyfriend and his friends has been arrested over the mysterious, death of 5 persons in Edo. I believe that's the girl we're talking about. Lately, you heard news about the deaths of 5 persons. And, okay, maybe I should just go ahead and just, throw it. So, a 16-year-old girl arrested over mysterious death of 5 persons in Edo State. Now, this is a 16-year-old girl, okay? Her name is Aisha Suleiman, and has been arrested over the death of 5 persons who were found dead in a room in the Afasho community in Edo State. Recall that this medium on Wednesday yesterday reported attention that gripped the community over the mysterious death of 5 persons who were suspected to have died of food poisoning. Food poisoning, we're not talking about the one that you eat because the meat is not very cooked. Not that kind of poisoning. This is serious food poisoning, yeah? So the State Police Command spokesman, SP Moses, in a statement today evening, confirmed the arrest of the suspect. Thank God. And he has the names of the victims as Emmanuel Olege, 12, Nuruddin Adasamuel, 16, Samuel Ayegwalo, and Jeffrey Ayegwalo. So the statement said that the command received a report at about 7:30. Was it 07:30 hours from Mr. Aloge Ezekiel of a Fascia community that is about, at 6:30 of the same date. He went to check his son named Emmanuel Elegui, 19 years, at his apartment. That upon gaining entrance into the apartment, he met the lifeless body of his son's friend named Nuruddin, surname not known. And the corridor, he went further and he met the lifeless bodies of his son with his girlfriend, Ada Samuel. Wow. So, 16 years on the bed in the bedroom, while the other 2, he met the son's body with his girlfriend, Ada Samuel, 16 years, female, on the bed in the bedroom, while another 2 of the son's friends named Samuel Ayegwalo and Jeffrey Ayegwalo, who turned out to be the siblings found in the sitting room. So the police operatives were said to have evacuated the bodies of the victims to the hospital where the doctor confirmed them dead. Okay, so the statement continues that on the 29th of October, at about 17 hours, about 10 minutes past, I think it should be, I can't see that very well. At a particular time, maybe, operatives actually jet to division received information that a girl later identified as Aisha Suleiman, a female which is also 16 years old, alleged to have caused the death of these ones. Moral story is that we heard that it's about pepper soup. These people are speaking too much English. Let me tell you exactly what we heard in a very simple terms. So investigation definitely will go on, but we're hearing that this is a girl that possibly that was dumped by this guy and maybe dating another girl. And if it is a food poisoning, how did they even allow such person? I mean, I'm a little bit confused because this is not very clear. How did she even get to cook pepper soup, but to cook food for him with his friends and the girl's ex-boyfriend's girlfriend was also there, because I think that's one of the major reasons. Because from what I see, the ex-boyfriend who she killed, but along with his friends, had another girlfriend which is also 16 years old too, like her. Crazy world. Okay, so finally, let's talk a little about the inflation or what's going on. I'm hearing just in Nigeria's inflation rises to 32.70%, and MBS is talking about that. And again, of course, this one here says Tinubu's inflation, 129 million Nigerians living in poverty, says the World Bank. See, now the World Bank is the one talking about it. Come back, please. Is the World Bank talking about it? Look at that. So it's a shame. Inflation. Oh, I also heard reforms the World Bank, IMF face backlash amid rising inflation, petrol costs. All right. Okay. So there's too many. So let's talk about the Rivers judgment. Fubara under pressure as coalition demands reform of illegal. What's there? Rivers judgment. Fubara under pressure as coalition demands reform of illegally spent funds. We're hearing that the National Democratic Change Coalition, the NDCC, praised the Federal High Court's decision halting the CBN's monthly allocation to River State, and the NDCC President John Uluko is urging the governor of Fubara to reform unapproved expenditures and resubmits the budget to a fully constituted assembly. Now, the NDCC criticized the river's governor is calling a four-member assembly a theater of absurd. All right. More to come before I leave here. Sorry, I will not be taking calls today, so I'm just going to do it this way. And we heard that CBN signs $1 billion agreement with IFC to boost local financing for businesses. All of this, Nigeria alone. What else that I've not talked about? I've talked about almost everything, and not want to say things that can actually provoke you at the end of the day. This one's or okay, maybe one or two, and we're done for now. Okay, so this one here says Senate reconstitutes committee to probe alleged economic sabotage in Nigeria's petroleum sector. We're still talking about this. Anyway, a significant move to address ongoing concerns in the nation's oil industry. So the Nigerian Senate has reconstituted its ad hoc committee to investigate alleged economic sabotage within the petroleum sector. If this will go well, no problem. The decision was announced during the plenary session led by the Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Baru Jibrin, and Senator Ukpai Bamidele, who actually serves as the leader of the Senate and chairman of the newly formed committee, sponsored by the motion, emphasizing the necessity for both chambers of the National Assembly to collaborate the investigation. Well, if politics is about interest, then we should not forget in a hurry that everything we're reading and everything we're seeing here is because of some self-interest. Committee to investigate the alleged economic sabotage in the oil sector might be political. Everything these days is political. I'm just talking. So I told you that the FCT minister gave cause to the youths, and somebody here is busy blasting him, saying, do not reduce Nigerian youth to taxi drivers. Do not reduce Nigerian youth to taxi drivers. Do not reduce Nigerian youth to taxi drivers. Article 8 blast wiki. Of course, it's Atiku that's talking. Forget about the 8. Come on, people. You just write things that I don't understand. Atiku's 8. No, it's Atiku that is speaking through his 8. Please. All right, let me put you up to speed on this one. What did he say? So the media advisor to the former vice president, Atiku Abubakar, Paul Ibe is his name, and he berated the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, News and Week, over the empowerment given to some youths in Abuja as a commercial vehicle drivers. eBay, in a post via his account on X platform, formerly Twitter, cautioned the federal government against reducing Nigerian youths to mere taxi drivers. He pointed out the most youths engaged in business of commercial driving are not doing it out of their free will, but due to the unconducive economic environment and the need to survive. That's why the youth are actually doing it. So don't come and put more fire. Give them cars for them to be taxi drivers. They are doing it because of the unconducive economic environment. Well, some of these youth are graduates. Some of them are, I know about a master degree holder, a doctorate degree holder, could not get enough money from, of course, the civil service. So, and even though he's placed in the particular position as a, head of a particular department, it's still not giving him what he needs to take care of his family. He has a Uber car that he himself drives when he comes out from the office. What is 70-something thousand naira a month? Come on, that's what people make in half an hour as well. So I'm going to just take one or two and we're done. Okay, so Abel Damina has showed up again because recently we heard that he has been taken out at the Christian Association. He's no more representing Christians. I don't know how that happened. He's been taken out as the pastor who is part of the Christian Association. But then, of course, this one here says you have crossed the line. Damina accused of attracting audience through content creation. Can you imagine? So you have crossed the line. Damina accused of attracting audience through content creation. We're making money through content creation. Everybody's doing it. Okay, so here's the Christian group, the Nigerian Supreme Council for the Ecclesiastical Affairs, has attacked Pastor Abel Damina. The group said that Pastor Damina has crossed the line with his, with his fallacies and his heretics. His heretics teaching laced with unsound arguments. So they accuse Damina of attracting an audience through content creating hype rather than being correct and spiritual. People love him. Some people don't. He's okay. He's okay. So let me see. He's like, I got some messages. Let me see if I can take one or two. I don't know. right, my time is far spent. I'm going to be leaving here as soon as possible, but it's okay. Really? Okay. Yeah. All right. One more, and I'm out of here. Just one more, and we are gone. One more is 11:26, 11:30. I'm out of here. What else? There are a lot of stuff that we need to talk about, but then of course this right here, I'm getting. Okay, first of all, let me talk about somebody saying something. Let's see. So this one here says concocted propaganda. Concocted propaganda. Rivers government reacts to report of Fubara shutting down NNPCL. I know some of you heard about that. That is concocted propaganda. Rivers government reacts to report of Fubara shutting down the NNPCL. Not yet. It said the River State government has come out to tell the whole world that that report is not only false but a concocted propaganda to destroy the people of River State, not just him as a governor. So the River State government has debunked a social media report that Governor Simile Fubara shut down the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited and other oil companies in the state. In a state signed by the Commission of Information and Communication, Wadisinebo Joe Johnson, the Rivers government said the report is not only false, but it's concocted, and it's a big, huge propaganda. And just in also, federal government also is looking to launch amnesty scheme to allow deposits of foreign currencies outside banking system. The federal government launches amnesty scheme to allow deposits of foreign currencies outside banking system. So now that the federal government has launched an amnesty initiative that allows individuals to deposit foreign currencies into banks without penalties or taxes, provided the funds are not proceeds of crime. How are you going to know if it's not from crime? You will know if you look at the money. There's no blood stain on it. There's no gun test on it. There's no evil speaking on it. Anyway, let's move along. Announcing the initiative in a statement today, Thursday, the Ministry of Finance said that the program is called the Disclosure Scheme. It's called the Disclosure Scheme. That's what it's called. So Mohammed Manga, the Ministry Director of Information and Public Relations, said the scheme will start, or starting October, is for 9 months. It started October, yeah? It's for 9 months. Okay. So the Public Relations Officer said the initiative is designed to enhance transparency in the financial sector and to boost Nigeria's economic resilience, growth, and development. All right. It's okay. Now, Edo still have issues. Everybody comes in. We know exactly how the Ukpai actually got in there. It was something else. Everybody knows. Like, if you don't know, then I don't know what to tell you. Now, Ganduje is giving advice to the okay, I don't know. It's giving advice to their person, no other than Ukpai against probing Obaseki. The incoming is probing or will be probing. As a matter of fact, that's what he said he's going to do. So, I mean, come on. Is this supposed to be a core somehow? Just to say it's, let it look as if that's what he had in mind. So this one here says, Edo Ganduje advises Ukpai against probing Obaseki. The incoming governor will be definitely will be probing the outgoing governor. But now Ganduje is saying, please do not do it. Uh, so we heard that Dr. Abdullahi Gandoujir, the APC national chairman, and today in Abuja advised Mondo Pebolo, Edo governor-elect, against probing the outgoing administration of Governor Godwin Obaseki. So if it's that, if it's something good, if he wants to probe, why is he stopping him? I mean, if it's a good thing, go ahead probe. And I'm not going to stop the River State governor to probe the, those who left before he came in. You should probe them. No offense. All right. I think it's time for me to go. I've been able to, I've given you a lot, and I know there's so much that I do want to talk about there, but I'm just going to take my time out for now because my time is first spent. It's 11:31. It's 11:31, and it's time for me to go. Okay. So thank you so much for listening. Let me just hang this boot over here. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I promise you that tomorrow we definitely will see what's going on in the state of the nation and even more and extra. So maybe it will be state, it's going to be open mic Friday, State of the Nation, rant headquarters, and extra. So we're going to rant about everything and anything that we don't like, and everything that we like, and everything we think is not just good. We're going to rant it to make sure that we put things in order. We put things in check. All right. So thank you guys for listening. I hope to see you tomorrow. Okay. God bless you guys. God willing, I'll be here. And of course, I will be here tomorrow for open mic, and pray for the voice to get better. Because, this voice is just sounding as if it's okra soup that they used to, touch it somewhere. But anyway, thank you so much. And then for those of you who are celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday to you. It's quite, it's just a couple of hours from now. But what did I say? A couple of hours from now? It's just a couple of minutes. Minutes from now, we're going to get into a new month. Abi, Friday 1st, and that's November. And after that, it's closed by December, where we have a lot of festive things going on. So please, my advice for you before I go, there are a lot of crazy things going on in the world. And when I mean in the world, generally, I'm actually saying that there's things crazy going on this time around. Do a lot of prayers. And if you have anything that you're worshiping, go let the God protect you. And then for those who have their own things, don't go and look for trouble. Just do your thing, and God bless you. Those who are actually going back to what they know they truly love, be careful with that. Be careful where you eat. Be careful where you drink. Be careful around your environment. Be at a lot. And speak out if you see something wrong. And, of course, I'm going to say shout out to Arsenal for the 4-0 trashing Newcastle. It's alarming. 4-0 is huge, though. Shout out to the Arsenal fans. I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Open Mic Friday. Thank you so much for sticking around with me. I appreciate it.